Homes live here with Bayut. Find your next home. Browse from over 200,000 listings for rent and sale in the UAE. Download the app or visit Bayut.com.
So, demand for gold might be down a little according to the latest figures from the World Gold Council. But that's certainly not the case when it comes to property and real estate here in the UAE. Several months ago, I might have been saying here in Dubai, but it's very much a UAE story at the moment. The residential market continuing to show its robust nature, certainly in the Q3 of this year. Transaction volumes and prices rising across the board, but significantly in Abu Dhabi on the back of higher demand from buyers. This is according to the latest figures and the latest report from the consultancy CBRE. In fact, let's just focus on Abu Dhabi, because in Abu Dhabi, total volume of residential transactions rising by 84.3% annually in the 3 months to the end of September. That's driven by over 100% growth in off-plan sales, 46% increase in secondary or ready home sales. As I said, those just the figures through from CBRE. Well, let's get more details on the Abu Dhabi market as a whole. Fibha Ahmed is the Director of Sales at Dhabi Bayut. She's kind enough to join us on a Monday morning. Fibha, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tom.
Those numbers surprise you?
Not at all. We are in 2023 and real estate is top of mind when it comes to investing. You just spoke about gold not getting a lot of money from people. Any guesses where they're putting it?
Bricks and mortar?
Yeah, they're putting it in real estate and everywhere in the UAE.
We focus a lot on all things Dubai, and we have done in previous episodes, etc. With the Abu Dhabi play, though, at the moment, is it just me, or are we seeing more and more headlines being generated by Abu Dhabi when it comes to real estate?
Absolutely. Abu Dhabi has been keenly on track of becoming really hot when it comes to real estate news lately. Just recently, we saw one of the most expensive villas listed in Abu Dhabi, which is listing at 27 million USD. And it has 7 bedrooms, and it has garden. It has access to the beach, 180-degree view from the garden. I mean, all of these things were very, very close to Dubai, making headlines in terms of the most expensive houses and homes. We see Abu Dhabi very keenly and swiftly making headlines in that element. When you look at transactions, when you look at the trends, there has been steady growth when you compare it to Q2 of this year. Abu Dhabi has shown 40% increase in transaction volumes and almost doubled in value. A lot of that has come from off-plan, which is pretty similar to what's been happening in Dubai. A lot of launches happening, a lot of exciting projects. One thing that Abu Dhabi has done very well is keep sustainability and a healthy lifestyle top of mind for all of the developments and launches that they've been announcing, which has kind of caught my eye and attention. And I think that's the future of real estate.
Again, simplistic question here, but when you see those transaction numbers and when you see that significant increase, Q2 on Q3, year-on-year increases as well, what are transaction numbers as part of a sort of a bundle of data? What do they tell you about a market?
A steady increase in transactions certainly mean that people are gaining confidence in the market. In the past, we had heard that Dubai was always a preferred market for international investors in the UAE. Times are changing. This year, we've seen, as per the report of one of the consultancy firm, that right after Dubai, people are very keen on investing in Abu Dhabi. So that shows confidence not only of the residents and the people who live here or are familiar with the region, but also the international market. And Abu Dhabi has positioned itself really well as a cultural and entertainment hub over the years. Everybody is familiar with the F1 race that happens here every year. You have your Ferrari world, you have the Sea World, all the attractions are there. So I am not surprised that transactions are moving in the right direction. And they certainly signify this sentiment that exists in the market about where Abu Dhabi is heading in the future, yes.
I was at an event with Aldar last week up here in Dubai at the Coca-Cola Arena, and some big announcements coming through from them. Obviously, first one here in Dubai, but lest we forget where Aldar sort of made their name and continue to be a leading force down in Abu Dhabi. No shortage of new projects, developments that they also took advantage of launching down there as well. What's the off-plan sales element of Abu Dhabi telling us about the market?
Off-plan is really, really big in Abu Dhabi market. At the moment, most of the transactions that happened in Q3 of this year were in your three main islands, which is your Reem Island, Yas Island, and Saadiyat Island. And interesting, when I was looking at the split of the transactions, anywhere between 64% all the way to 90% of the transactions in Q3 were in the off-plan segment. So certainly the launches are there, but the interest and the confidence of the investors is also there, which is contributing towards these transactions. Yas Island in itself has heavily benefited from Aldar's investment in multiple projects, be it townhouses, be it villas, be it your apartments. Very recently, Gardenia Bay has made headlines, I think towards September, when it was launched, was sold out. Then in Reem Island, you have Reem Hills, which is also getting a lot of attention. You have Yas Acres, which is a villa community in Yas. And then you, of course, have in Saadiyat the cultural district and the Saadiyat Lagoons for the prime and the luxury segment. So you have a lot of variety for all segments. You're affordable, you're mid-tier, you're prime, and people are building.
Rents? What's the rental price market look like in Abu Dhabi?
In Abu Dhabi, the rental market has been fairly stable with nominal increases in all the segments. You're affordable, you're mid-tier. Some elements of certain units in Yas Island, for example, has seen a 9% increase, but that I would say would be the highest. Mostly the rents have stayed in the 2 to 5% range in terms of increase in prices, whereas the mid-tier segment of Reef is very popular with people who have, they don't need a space and they need a comfortable living. The villa community in Reef also is gaining momentum. You have your Khalifa City and Mohammed bin Zayed City, which is also popular for rentals. Whereas for luxury, you have your Reem, your Yas Island, where people are looking to rent. But single-digit growth in rents, not as crazy as it has been in Dubai. And the future prediction is that it's going to stay on that.
Long may that continue. Can't thank you enough for joining us live here in studio. To run the rule on all things Abu Dhabi, Fibha Ahmed is the Director of Sales to Bisl and Bayut. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
And play at record-breaking theme parks. Book now